Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at how you can request to fly your drone in a no-fly zone using the NATS web page to request a non-standard flight. You can use this page to request to fly inside any no-fly zone, but particularly to request to fly in the following key no-fly areas: Heathrow Airport, London City, Luton, Stansted, Aberdeen, Glasgow, Belfast International, Belfast City, Manchester, Cardiff, St Athan, Bristol, Southampton, Farnborough, Woodvale, Middle Wallop, Barkston Heath and London Heliport in Battersea. For this example today, I'm going to show you how to process a request for flying a drone in the Farnborough Airport no-fly area. Firstly, visit the NATS website for non-standard flight requests, which is www.nsf.nats.aero. The link is also in the description. Click Submit in the Drone and Model Aircraft section. This screen will explain the main rules around the flight request and states that they would ideally like 21 days notice, with a minimum of 7. However, if you have, like I do, a good relationship with your air traffic control, you can go as low as 5 days. In the Details of UAS section, you can give NATS the key information about your drone or drones. Select Drone as the UAS type. Enter your drone or drone's model or models and their serial numbers. For the remote ID, I use my operator ID. Finally, advise the colour or colours of your drone. For the majority of our drone flights, we will be flying in the open category, so choose this in the drop down. However, if there is a specific requirement to fly other drones, you can do this here as well. If you belong to a club such as FPV UK, enter the details here. This is important if you plan to use Article 16 to fly in. Now let's move on to the Details of Flight section. Select the appropriate purpose of flight from the list. Here we're going to use filming and photography. Enter a brief overview of what you plan to film or photograph on this flight. This will help NATS identify if they're happy for you to complete the flight. Now in the Operator Details section, enter your name, then your full home address and email address for the reply, and also, most importantly, a phone number for NATS to contact you with. This should be your main one that they can call you on should they have any questions around your request. The final section on this page is the contact details part. Enter the name of the person who will be in charge of flying on that day, their telephone number and email address. Once you've checked all the information, you are now ready to click Next. In this section, we are going to be more specific about where we are flying within the no-fly zone. Enter the start and end date of the flight request. This doesn't have to be the same day. You can put in a request for a week at a time or maybe longer if needed. Enter in feet the maximum flying height you plan to fly at. If you have a flight path or map saved from another app or software, you can upload it here. However, I don't in this case. You can use the additional information section to add anything else you might feel useful for NATS to know if they wish to approve your flight. In the Locations section, you can select the area or airport no-fly zone you wish to fly in. Here I'm selecting Farnborough, but you can also select other for no-fly zones outside of this main airport list. When you select an airport, the map will show the area around the airport no-fly zone. In the Map section, enter the radius from the takeoff point you wish to fly. I tend to use 1,000 to 2,000 meters as a rule. Zoom the map until you find your takeoff point and then click. The flight radius will then show on the map and your flight area. You can move this around the map until you're happy with the location. Once you are, click Next to move on to the next step. This final stage is where you will send the request into NATS. You will see a summary of the flight information which you can check before submitting. If you spot any errors, simply scroll to the bottom of the page and click Previous to go back and correct them. You can also revisit your flight area here simply by clicking View Flight Area. Once you're happy, click the 2 confirmation boxes, complete the I'm not a robot section and click Submit. That's it. Within a few days you should get a reply from NATS either confirming your flight or advising why they cannot allow it. I hope this helps you all have a safe and legal flights and helps us protect the hobby we all enjoy. If you found this video useful, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll speak to you in the next one.